Scary Vacation. This incident is based on a true story that took place last year with travel influencers Harris and Pamela on their vacation. Harris and Pamela decided to go to the hills and the nearby districts to break the monotony in their lives. They had decided to work from the mountains and make videos there. They expected this trip to rejuvenate them, and they hope to bring back a lot of fond memories. But sometimes things don't go as per our plans. And apart from the fond memories, they experience something they'll never forget as long as they live. After already covering 6 districts, they had now left for a place called Elmora. Harris was driving while Pamela was recording the entire road journey on her phone when they came across a huge old gate. They both loved exploring new places, so they parked the car and went toward that gate. There was a board on the gate that read, "British Church Cemetery, 1835. Amyla got really excited on seeing such an old cemetery and insisted they both go in. Harris agreed and they walked inside. There were a lot of old graves in the cemetery and Pamela started clicking pictures. She was enjoying her time when she noticed Harris. He was standing afar, staring at a grave. They went to the grave and saw the name Olivia Richard Gray written on it. Pamela saw Harris looking nervously at the grave and started teasing him. He told her that there are various negative energies in such places and one should not disrespect anything over there. In fact, he said that they should now leave. This was the first time in ages Pamela saw Harris so serious, so she agreed with him and they decided to go back. Harris was walking ahead of Pamela and left the place first. He then turned back and kept staring at her. The moment she was about to reach the gate, someone pulled her back with a lot of force and she fell on the ground. When Pamela got up, she saw that the gates of the graveyard were closed and Harris was nowhere to be seen. Pamela was extremely scared and started screaming. She kept calling Harris's name, but there was no sign of him. Just then, she felt as if someone was calling her. She turned back and saw that she was standing in front of the very grave which had Olivia's name written over it. She thought that there was some noise coming from that grave. When she bent over to take a closer look, she heard another sound from behind. It was the sound of the gates opening. Pamela ran with all her might toward the gates. When she turned back to take a look, she completely froze. A black shadow came out of Olivia's grave. She somehow managed to gather her thoughts and started running back toward the gates. She could now see Harris standing near the gate, who kept calling Pamela's name. He had a bottle of water in his hand and he splashed water towards her. There was another man standing with him who Pamela had never seen. That black shadow was still following her. She couldn't make any sense of what was happening, but she kept on running. The moment she reached the gates, her eyes opened. Harris was standing in front of her, and along with him was the man she just saw. When she looked around, she saw that they were on the road and on the opposite side was the cemetery. Before she could say anything, Harris told her something that completely blew her mind. Harris told her that Pamela had fainted when they were about to reach the gate. He was really concerned. He splashed water on her face, called out her name, but nothing seemed to work. A priest who was driving past saw them and pulled over to help them out. Harris told him that they had gone inside the cemetery. The priest caressed her head, read some chants, and in minutes Pamela regained her consciousness. Harris hugged her in relief, and when he turned back to thank the priest, he had disappeared. When Pamela felt better, they both got into the car and drove away. She was still trying to come to terms with what had just happened. When they reached the cottage, Pamela told Harris about the weird experience in the cemetery. Harris stopped her by saying that it must have all been a dream. But till today, Pamela's not sure whether all of that was actually a dream or only her unconscious body was there on the road with Harris while her soul was trapped in the cemetery. And Harris was bothered by the fact that how did that priest suddenly disappear? Who was he? And where was he coming from? What do you guys think about this? Do let us know in the comments below. And if you like this story, then please subscribe to our channel, Bloody Monday. And keep watching more horror stories on our channel.